Hey guys, welcome to new comic book pick reviews. So the comic books I pick up. This is a special one. I started from first, the free comic books day one, because I want to get this one out first out of all of them. The comic book reviews. Now first I'm going to say free comics I got in back issues, because I got 3 issues on back issues. I spent some funny money I got, what they give you for when you get subscription stuff to use on back issues. When you spend this much in like subscription stuff in your box, you get how much funny money depending on how much you spend. I used it to buy some back issues. Issues I picked up were Dead Over 22. I did pay a little bit. I had to use a little bit of cash, given enough, but I got Dead Over 22, Mark Ward's run, and that's pretty cool. Also picked up a couple other issues I needed for that run. Issue 32, when you face the Monster Society, I think that's what they're called. And I needed this one, the last issue, issue 36. So there's a couple issues I need. I want to have this complete run of this run, so that's cool. Now on to the free comic books that came out. I actually, my comic book is really cool, called 4 Color Fantasy. Good to come out in the Winchester, Virginia area, and this is what I picked up. All these comics, mine's cool. You can pick up. Usually, if you wanted to, you can pick up one of everything. I don't. I pick up one of everything I want, or am interested in reading, or anything related. So I picked up a bunch of stack. I picked up like about over 15, almost 15 comics. First, I picked up the Tech. This comes out every year, free comic day. And if you open this up, it says. Welcome to the 2017 edition of the Sick Free Comic Book Day. This is the 8th installment in an annual series. So this comes out like every, so this is, I'm assuming it comes out every year. Free Comic Book Day is like an annual kind of thing. I actually kind of like that, how it comes out every year. Free Comic Book Day, like it's its own thing. I kind of like that, that's its own thing, it's not its own thing. It has 2 stories in it, not too bad. I like the fun little comics, so I always pick them up. And then we have another Free Comic Book Day comic, 2000 AD. Obviously, stuff like Judge Dredd. There's a bunch of different comics in it, like a Judge Fest that always has a Judge Dredd comic, which is usually really short, but they're really fun. I actually really enjoy this one. And it has some other Judge Dredd related comics, like the Lady Dredd, I don't forget who her name is, and one of that Evil like Dredd, who's like Bones and stuff. And a couple other short comics in here. Overall, it just looks so cool. 2080, pretty cool, like that. Also, what came out, like always, we have the Boom Studio comics. It's the 2017 Summer Blast, and that one contains, it's on the cover. No, it does not say what it contains on the cover. We have Mouse Guard, Brave Chef Brainella, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and Cody in the Treat. I'm going to show you these here so you can, if you cannot tell what this are. Yeah, this was what I've been doing. There's 3 different comics in it. Other than Mouse Guard, I've heard of Mouse Guard. The other 2 I think are newer series, so that's why. One of them seems to be the last one with the band. They seem to be somehow related to the Lumberjanes, so I don't know if they kind of like they're in the same universe or what to do with that. But it's cool. Good idea. They're making good comics, so like a lot. And they make Power Rangers, so pretty cool. Next we have the Attack on Titans. Gotta pick that up. This one just contains 1 story in it, one story, and that's it. They like the artist, because the artist did, what was it, Pluto or whatever, the series Jeff Lemire did, which was like a 60 mini series where they found a dead superhero in the found a dead superhero in the woods, and they, you know, kind of do stuff. I'm trying to find the artist's name. The artist is Eddie. I don't know, I'm gonna say this wrong, so we're gonna put it right here. Name's right there. So yeah, that's the only, I was only within this, there wasn't anything else. Still cool, I'm a type of fan. The comic was not too bad, so that was cool. Other stuff I got was, obviously, you can always have this, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one. You know I gotta pick this up for the comic day, the best. It's one thing I'd say better ones that feel like this feels like an original story, feels like an actual issue. Like reading an actual issue, what explains a lot of what's going on at the time. It's kind of like one of those bonus, kind of, it feels like an interlude. Like what this feels like. It's like, hey, this is telling you what's going on, but also giving you a little bit to continue on. So I don't know if it was an actual issue, if it was, it wasn't. But still pretty cool to get that for free. Makes all these free. Another comic that was really cool. I've not read this. The original comic is by Image. This is the Image one. It's called I Hate Fairy Tale. I've not read that. I probably need to, but I got young. I've heard pretty good things about this. Is I Hate Image. It's all this. I'm like, I have to get this up and wanting to read Fairy Tale. I guess this kind of gets me into it because it gives me more about the character and stuff, and there's fun. We're going around killing like all the Image characters and stuff. It's super fun. Actually, really fun killing. I think I'm pretty sure there's one who's holding the Spawn figures and stuff. It's how they call them. I'm not sure. cooking out the way all the Straw characters, and we have spawns in this. All the characters you think of like Spawn, Savage Dragon, Youngblood, Pin, Shadowhawk, Witchblade, and then we see Invincible in it, Walking Dead. It's a mishmash of stuff and it's awesome. If you're an Image fan and know all the characters, this is a fun book. I really enjoyed that. That was probably one of my favorite books. I have Free Comic Book Day. I don't know if they did that other than Free Comic Book Day, so that's cool. I also have Free Comic Book Day, but in kind of when they released the first issue of this. Free Comic Book Day. This is the first issue of Baby Monica. I've never read it. This is the only one that I've not read. Well, the only one that I've not read out of the Archie Comics. Super excited with this. I actually really enjoyed this. Really cool. Finally got to read that. That's really cool. And I'm really tired. I'm a little tired because really, I'm feeling this like kind of right in the morning after I had food and stuff, and I haven't been up that long, so I'm a little tired, a little sleepy. Have some stuff in my eye still. So yeah. If I sound that way or sound tired and kind of a little tired, that's why. I haven't been up for that long. Also came out another Archie Comics, Riverdale, Free Comic Book Day. Pretty cool. This one contains the Archie and Veronica comic, because the one shot had 4 different comics in it. One featuring Archie, Betty, Veronica, and Jughead, each one having their own comic. It's about I think like 10 pages each. This one contains 2 of the issues. It contains the Veronica one and the Archie one. So I already have this one, but I decided to just pick it up. I didn't really look through some of these when I picked them up. I mean, I thought I would pick them up because I could have done some more stuff, but this was cool to get. So this is something I might sell or get rid of something at some point. Do something with it because I don't really need it. And then we have other things we have with this. This is cool. Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Free Comic Book Day. There's 2 comics in it. There's the beginning of the Zelda Twilight Princess comic, manga actually. It's manga. I say comic, but manga. Definitely manga style. At the beginning of that, it also has the beginning of the Ocarina of Time manga, where I already owned the first volume of that. So, but I read it again. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. So pretty cool. And that's something I really just previews. So whatever. That one that's pretty cool. Another manga one by Akira Toriyama, Dragon Ball Z Super, obviously. I actually don't know if Dragon Ball Z Super is out. I don't think it's out in America yet. The manga is not out. And after reading this manga, the Dragon Ball Z Super one, it seems a little different. It is a little different from the show. But the show can do things like this movie can't, the manga can. It's vice versa. It's a little different, but it's still basically the same. So I really like that. It also has a comic for Boruto. You know, it's a Next Generation comic. It was showing like what's happening after Sasuke and all of them. I mean, they're like, no, in this one I think it shows. I want to look if it shows you. I don't know if it does. This here like Naruto is the Hokage and Sasuke is like the another one of the powerful guys. It shows Konohamaru training. Like it looks like Naruto stuff. It looks really cool. I need to read those. Like I said, Dragon Ball Z Super Volume 1 is available now, and Boruto Next Generation is available now. I don't know if they are. I don't know what the deal is, but still cool to get this. I have to read those. I haven't read those, so that was cool. I read that was cool. Obviously, Valiant has some Free Comic Book Day. We have Oxo Manowar by Valiant. This contains a prelude? Saying it's an Oxo. We have an Oxo Manowar prelude. It's a prelude for the new series. We have a preview for the new comic Secret Weapons. Was an oral comic Valiant did, so it was cool to get a preview for that. And we got a prelude to the new Bloodshot book, Bloodshot Salvation Issue 1. And this is written by the great Jeff Lemire, who we might know how big Wrestling fan. So the book I might keep if these previews or something, or actually specifically for this. And if I get like maybe a graphic novel when they have them, I'll just get them. I'll get rid of them. But right now, it's gonna be a keep. That's pretty cool. Well, this is probably one of the coolest things that Free Comic Day. Obviously, you gotta pick it up if they have it. Rick and Morty. Everyone knows I'm a big fan of Rick and Morty, so this is one I was like, yes, had to pick it up. This seems to what my information that contains the first issue is the re-release of the first issue, but as a Rick and Morty fan I was like happy to have this, and I've not read the first issue, so I was happy to get this and enjoy it. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And they also have to preview for the new series, Rick and Morty Pocket Like You Stole This series, Pocket Monster series. It's just a mini series. Let's see what it says. The new mini series didn't say how many issues, but cool. There's a new Rick and Morty mini series coming out. We enjoyed that, and then we have a thing that shows for the Rick and Morty Love Movie Sequel Star page. It's a kind of comic that shows information about that. That's cool. Rick and Morty is awesome. And the last comics we have are DC Marvel stuff. We have DC issue, the Comic Book Day Wonder Woman issue. That was really cool to get. I'll be kind of Wonder Woman, so that was something I was like happy to get. This is from the new comic Rebirth. This is year 1, part 1. So this is the second issue, because for the one I know, the Wonder Woman comics, each issue 1, 2, 3, like each issue on and off is switching. Like the first issue was about what's going on now. The second issue was about the about kind of like her backstory and how she became Wonder Woman. All of it. So it's doing one than the other. So and since 2 comics come out a month, that kind of helps. But I think it would have been better if they were either both their own story. But I guess that would mean you would have more work to do, I guess, then. But you still get 2 Wonder Woman comics a month, and have one with have it like its own series. But still, this is actually finally getting to read the Wonder Woman comic by Great Cracker. Really cool to get it. The freeze, I finally got to read it and enjoy it. That was fun. Also, they had Guardians of the Galaxy Free Comic Day. Obviously, got the movie. This shows a little bit of the new Guardians of the Galaxy comic. It was pretty cool. I read through it, enjoyed it, and also had the other half of the book was of the new Defenders book. It was really cool. It was written by Brian Michael Bendis. I was really happy to read that. But it was pretty good, so I was happy with that. Then the last comic was probably one of the biggest ones. Everybody was talking about it. I heard some people were burning this copy for some stupid shit, but whatever. We're not gonna get into that. That's something completely different. But it is the Secret Empire comic. Yes, Free Comic Day. What? First off, we're gonna mention it does have another comic in it, not just Secret Empire. It has Peter Parker as a Spectacular Spider-Man by Chip Zapstick and Adam Kubert. I hope I'm saying that right. I actually really enjoyed that as a Spider-Man fan. I'm a fan of Spider-Man. I like the writer and artist for that, so I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna pick that up. It's kind of, so I think that's pretty good. It makes me kind of curious on maybe picking it up, but cool. Then we have Secret Wars. Secret Empire ourselves. Loads of stuff in Tato. What's his name? Nick Spencer's writing it. Adriana Aaron Sorrentino is doing the art for it, and it's amazing. And the last thing we get to see is Cap holding the Hydra. What's it called? Hydra? Not the Hydra. The Iron Man. Not the Iron Man. What am I saying? The Soul Hammer, Mjolnir, and all the superheroes like at his feet defeated. Like that's pretty. I don't know if I want to say epic, or it's kind of cool, but also kind of like, holy shit. Like, I just think that Captain America is somehow worthy of holding this thing. There's so many things about this, but I'm like, this was just so good. And the other problem is, some people are like, I would like to see how this goes down. Because some characters, I'm like, what characters like can be with Clover? Things like these, kind of be with Clover. How are you supposed to be fair? Because in no comic, he doesn't seem to be ever wins. He might like usually always wins. So I'm like, I'm kind of curious on some of the stuff. How all these characters, like, it just shows them being beat to crap. Kind of. It's not doing it. It's cool. You're seeing long news. This is a really cool book, so happy to get that. That's all I got for Free Comic Book Day. I got all this. Oh, shit. And I'm just dropping stuff. I'm a clutchy clutch. And, like I said, got all this stuff for free. All this comics, all this for free. So, really can't complain when you get like a stack of comics and it's all free. And like, free shit, yes. Plus I got the free issues there though. So that's it for this video, guys. You can like, favorite the video, subscribe for more videos by me at Big Games. You can check out my main channel, Duplicate Gummo, where I do parodies, guess and that and that channel. You give me for that birthday. And you guys can always check out social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all in the description below. You can always stay epic and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.